Good afternoon and welcome to another exciting episode of the Superleggera GT. Welcome to the Crowd Sport Racing headquarters. Thought I'd do a video to tell you about the upgrade. So we're going down here to have a look at these pair of carburetors. So they're a pair of 1.75" SU carburetors. Um, Basically, I have been building these up from spares that I've got in the Crowd Sport Racing headquarters. We've been trying to keep the budget as frugal as possible. You can buy this setup from Berlin's brand new with everything to go that you see here, apart from those gorgeous trumpet stroke velocity stack stroke ram pipes, whatever you want to call them. I call them trumpets because I'm old school, but I know all you young people like to call them velocity stacks. Um, you can buy that setup without those on there, and it's just over £1,300, believe it or not. So I got it into my head that I could build myself this set of carburetors for a lot less than that, and I have managed to do that, but it has been there have been quite a lot of issues along the way, which I didn't think about to begin with. And I thought it was worth making this video just to go through some of those issues now and absolutely point them out. Uh, Much easier to do that, I think, than actually just put static pictures on a post on Instagram. So we've got this inlet manifold, which is the special tuning inlet manifold that I bought from Moss. There was one on eBay. I missed out on that. Um, it wasn't the inlet manifold I wanted to go for. I wanted to go for the Maniflow one, but it was just too much money at just under £300. Well, it was £268, I think, all said and done. I just couldn't justify it. So we got this one, I think, with my trade discount. I think it was somewhere in the order of £120. So you can see a considerable saving. Now, I put a post on Facebook about this conversion, and I had some very helpful comments, particularly from a guy called Stephen Rice, who was really, really helpful. I'm just going to change the position of my light. Excuse me for the... So he helped me out with a heat shield, which I was going to fabricate from a pair of 1.5", but we actually bought the heat shield from eBay. You can see here, which was 20 quid. For 20 quid, I couldn't have really be bothered to, make that. However, because of the inlet manifold, there's a different width between the carburetors. I did think the carburetors would be closer, being bigger carburetors than the 1.5". I thought they'd be closer together, but they are in fact further apart. So that gave a couple of problems that we didn't anticipate previously. First of all, the linkages needed to be longer. Now, I didn't actually have a set of linkages in my collection of carburetor parts, which was a bit of a blow. So I had to buy a set of linkages from eBay, and then I had to modify those. Now, we have got a problem with them. This one here is not gripping at the moment. He's tightened up to the max, so we got an issue that needs sorting there. And I tell you why. It's because I've extended it and I've then had to grind it down to make it fit into that piece, and now the clamp will not grip the bar, so that's a bit of an issue that we need sorting. The choke linkage is in actual fact a throttle spindle, which I have lengthened and painted, so that is working absolutely fine. You can see it's pulling the chokes. Hang on, let's see if I can get both chokes in there. There you are. It is. That's fine. So that needed doing. You know, as well as the throttle spindle, the throttle linkage. Sorry. Then on the bottom of the heat shield, this needed making up because the one that was supplied was, you know, not wide enough. So there was that. The horseshoe piece, that needed widening as well. There was loads that I didn't think about. We had to make a little bracket to take the throttle cable. That may need a little bit of further fettling. Carburetors themselves, if you have a look down here, they have had the pistons. Let's get some light down there, see if that works. Whoa, too much light. I don't know if you can see. The pistons at the bottom there have got a little radius. There we go, that's looking better. A little radius on them to help the airflow. So those have been done. The throttle spindles themselves have been slimmed down. Can't really show you that at the moment. You'll have to take my word on that. And we have taken out any little lumps and bumps on the castings, inside the castings on these HS6 carburetors. So in all, a lot of work, but we have managed to put this set together with the trumpets, with the inlet manifold, with a rebuild kit on those carburetors, and so far I think we are at £521, something like that. So that's about as cheap as you can do them. The bodies I bought from eBay, the bodies are actually from a Mark II Jag, and they didn't have the breathers over here. Just there, these breather tubes they didn't have in them, so I had to fit those, take them out of other carburetors, drill them and fit them. This side didn't have the support boss in the casing, so that one was even more awkward to do, but I think we'll get away with that. It's in with some JB welds, and by the time the pipe's on, you're just not going to notice that. So that's all in the right place. Yeah, the rebuild kit is significantly different to any spares I thought I might have. The jets were at different size, so it was a bit of a learning curve. I thought I could get away with 1.5 inch jets, but no, you need the 100 thou ones. We did have a little issue with one of the jets as well. So yeah, it's been so much more work than I anticipated. These things always are, no matter how you know, experienced you may be at doing them. I've been building carbs for a long time now, and this has taken me much longer than I thought. So the only thing left that I want to do with these is to port match the inlet ports with the cylinder head. So we will be doing that in a couple of days to come using some engineer's blue. I don't not doing it yet because the car's still all up and usable, so obviously I have to take all the old setup off to port match them. And we still need to get needles. Now we still haven't made a definite decision on the metering needles for them. There's about at least 4 different needles that I've kind of got it down to. Again, Stephen Rice has been helpful with the choice on that, so just want to say a big thank you to him. And also Tony from Birmingham Carburettors, he offered me a set of Triumph carburetors to begin with at a very reasonable price, but they weren't quite what I wanted. So thank you to him. But we got these Jaguar ones instead. This was all prompted by somebody giving me a land crab HS6, by the way, this whole build. So there you go, that's my HS6 conversion. Once I get it on the car and set it up, it'll need to go back on the rolling road. But we are looking to try and get a performance advantage of 1.8 horsepower, so that we're at 3 figures. That's the aim of this whole conversion, really. Now, a couple of people on Facebook have said that bigger isn't always best, but we'll see. I'm kind of confident, quietly confident. Maybe that's the wrong thing to say, but I'm hoping that we're going to get there. We only need the 1.8 horsepower extra from these, so yeah, we haven't quite finished bolting this down. I mean, that's not done up, but there's no point in, they are bolted up on the other fastenings, so I don't want to actually, put too much pressure on the new gaskets, but everything is there now. This is the first kind of dry build with all the gaskets, heat shield, the spacers on as well. So yeah, just got to get some needles and port match it, and then way to go. So there you go. I just thought it was worth showing you, making you this little video, because the carbs, were quite a lot of work just to sort those out, and I thought they were worthy of their own little video. There you go. And obviously they're going to be going in place of those babies. They look almost exactly the same, and also I might have to get some more air filters. We'll see. But all right, we will report back to you next time at the rolling road, I think, or at least when we get the car running, maybe. Thank you very much for watching. If you find it at all interesting, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you, and I will see you again. Bye bye for now.